World Cinema Recap welcomes you. The picture opens with a girl between walls. She is then engulfed in cement from all sides. A young girl is trapped and buried alive. 15 years. Young engineer Sam graduated recently. Her dad surprises her with a job supervising the demolition of a remote building at her graduation party. Hopefully, she'll partner with him. She works on a massive, unique residential project in the middle of nowhere for her first employment. Building designer Joseph Malestraza is eccentric and obsessed with Egyptian architecture. Samantha is greeted by Mary, the Malestraza complex caretaker. Her lonely son Jimmy stays with her. Mary learns from Sam that she will live in an apartment there. Jimmy walks her to her unit and explains the complex's rules before leaving. Malestraza owns the roof and 8th story, thus she cannot go there. While walking to her room, she sees Julie's room. She quickly showers in her room. Later that day, she asks Mary, "How many people still live in this apartment?" Mary reports a 4-person population. Mary and Jimmy are occupying the building before demolition. 2 original residents remain after the rest were evicted. Sam prepares to inspect the building's frame tomorrow. Sam must estimate how much TNT is needed to bring down the structure and determine where to set off the explosives. Later, she buys snacks and drinks at a convenience store. She borrows a computer to examine the building's history since she's curious. Many people disappeared in 1993, she discovers. Their discovery was terrifying. 16 people, adults and children, were imprisoned and poured with liquid concrete. Malestraza, an architect, died. The murderer is still at large after a construction worker was wrongfully charged and exonerated. Sam returns to the building and marks the best rupture points to bring it down. This time, a man with an axe rushes toward her, surprising her. This renter is one of the longest term and shows no signs of leaving. He regrets the building's destruction. Jimmy sneaks Sam to the 9th level, a no-go area, at night. Jimmy tells Sam that Malestraza, the building's architect, died there. He shows her where they found Malestraza's body on the wall of a room. His body was found with his face virtually torn off by cement, making him unidentifiable. His mother Mary revealed his identity. Jimmy tells her that Julie, a little girl, was one of the 16 that died. She played the film's prologue girl. She was also the girl Sam had seen in the room. Jimmy also tells her his father was a victim. His father's body is on the wall he leads her to. Sam panics and cuts her leg in the dark in solitude. Later, Jimmy cleans her cut and strokes her thigh. Since the young man has romantic feelings for her, she promptly rejects his advances. While admiring her reflection late at night, Sam discovers the mirror trembling behind her. Blood flows from the wound when she raises the mirror. Sam is instantly pulled into the wall and awakens imprisoned. Seconds later, cement rains on her from all sides. She has exhausted all possibilities. Her shouts wake her. The experience is dreadful. Inability to sleep has kept her awake all night. Something unexpected appears before her. Peter, her lover, is the only one planning this surprise. Sam shows Peter his home. They reach the 9th story. Sam and her partner found a hidden corridor on the 8th floor while investigating. They discover a hidden chamber while Sam explores. This region can be used to peek into other units. Sam discovers Jimmy was watching her relax in the tub. Jimmy, mortified, leaves while she tells Mary. Later that night, Peter suggests Sam leave the next day, and she agrees. Jimmy gets jealous when Peter and Sam spend the night. Sam packs her items the next day to leave her flat. She also reports how much TNT is needed to bring down the building. Jimmy apologizes to Sam for spying before they part. Then he gives Sam a gift. Sam receives Malestraza's notepad, the building's architect. Sam assumes from the notebook that the building must have a large atrium. Jimmy searches the rooftop for the secret room door. But he never returns. Sam and her lover pursue Jimmy. The construction has a big shaft in the middle. Jimmy cries for aid from deep in the abyss. Sam's lover ropes her down the shaft to wait for him. Initially, everything is well. Someone shoots Peter with a sharp iron object. Peter bleeds to death in front of his frightened lover. Sam falls. The mind's bowels awaken Sam. She finds another person unexpectedly. She is surprised to see Mallestraza, the architect she thought was dead, beyond the wall. Now we know he's been down there forever. Mallestraza holds a radio. The radio clip shows Jimmy pleading for help, thus Sam heard Jimmy's voice. The letter from Jimmy in heaven will arrive soon. The letter states that Jimmy would keep her in the basement until she falls in love with him. Jimmy mails Sam's demolition report to her dad and dumps her car in a lake. Sam takes a vacation with her boyfriend, so her family acts as she never returned. When they return to the elevator shaft, Mallestraza surprises her. He confessed to killing 16 people found buried in a wall. Mallestraza claims that ancient Egyptians buried living victims inside walls to preserve their monuments. To immortalize his constructions, he sealed living individuals inside. He says one of the dead was Mary's husband. Mary decides to lock Mallestraza in this shaft indefinitely. Mary deceived everyone by claiming she found Mallestraza's body. She held Mallestraza imprisoned by convincing everyone Mallestraza was dead. After hearing this sad news, Jimmy returns to the hole and sends down a cassette. Jimmy begs to see Sam and Mallestraza dance, so Mallestraza plays the recording. Mallestraza orders her to obey Jimmy. Jimmy is courteous if they comply, but he can be rude and creative otherwise. Sam joins the dance. Jimmy offers the kiss, but she declines. Mallestraza kisses her passionately and subjugates her. Jimmy urges them to stop after a few seconds and forbids Mallestraza from touching Sam. Jimmy rewards their submission with a basket of food and a phone. He advises Sam to always carry the radio to stay in touch. Mary goes to the roof at night. Sam screams for Mary to help him immediately. Mary is stunned by Sam and Mallestraza's pit presence. Mary yells at Jimmy and says the space was for the architect. She understands Sam must stay in the pit with Mallestraza to protect Mary and Jimmy from abandonment after reporting the event to the police. After Sam's report, his father and demolition crew arrive to the flat in the afternoon. Explosive setup has begun. Mallestraza and Sam remain in the hole. Sam tries to seduce Jimmy to avoid the bomb. Her attempt fails, unfortunately. Therefore, Mallestraza tells her to relax. Mallestraza then builds a cement tank and pipe tomb. Mallestraza says the bomb crew cannot bring down this building if another individual is buried alive. He sacrifices everything to rescue the building. Then he begs Sam to kill him. After teasing him, she kills him, and he thanks her as he falls into his grave and the cement fills around him. Mary is calming Jimmy outside the building before deploying the bombs. Jimmy doubts as time passes. Calling Sam, he runs inside. Sam's dad orders them to stop counting. Sam is hauled from the hole and into an ambulance. Mary gets arrested for kidnapping Mallestraza. Sam says all 27 Mallestraza structures are still standing at the film's end. He didn't want his apartment complex demolished because it was his masterpiece. Life was sacrificed to safeguard the structure. Respect for him will prevent its demolition and preserve this structure as his legacy. Enable channel notifications, like this video, and subscribe for more.